What is going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and today we are going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and that is we are going to paint my Squier Baritone. And I know some of you are looking at the screen like, no, why would you do that? And you're right, this three-color sunburst looks good. I can't lie. Wasn't a big fan of it when I first got the guitar. I kind of got the guitar thinking I'll probably paint that one day just to make it something that I like more. But it's kind of grown on me. But I think we have, I think this has the potential to look really, really good. Because not only are we going to paint it, we are going to add some comfort to it too. I was thinking maybe add a little bit of a belly carve and an arm carve just to make this body a little bit more sleeker and just more comfortable to play. Not that it's like really uncomfortable, but all my guitars have belly cuts and arm cuts, and I just think this thing can be a lot more comfortable. And for the color, some of you might not like this, but it's a color I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I didn't even know this existed from Rust-Oleum until I saw it in Wally World the other day. And that is this rainbow shimmer. Basically, it looks like gold flake when you look at it in certain lights, and then when you move it around into light, it has a bunch of rainbow flake in it, and it looks really, really cool. Aristides actually just did one of these the other day, and it just like kind of put the nail in the coffin of like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I already had the paint at that point, but I was kind of unsure like what guitar I wanted to paint, but it kind of just made up my mind for me because it looks absolutely good, or absolutely great, I should say. Kiesel's done this. There's a couple other companies that have done it, and I just have always thought it looked really, really good. So that's what we are going to do. I'm probably going to do the front of the headstock, the body. We'll leave the back of the neck and stuff the way it is. I would also like to maybe upgrade the tuners. Now, I love this classic style tuner, and I do believe they make them in a locking version, so I'm going to look into that and see what I can find, because I kind of do like this classic style. If not, I'll get a regular set, and we'll just have to drill the holes bigger and fill in some holes in the back. But I think we have the potential to make this thing really, really good looking, and not only good looking, but a lot more comfortable to play. So let's do it. I mean, this isn't really going to be so much as a how-to video, but I just want to, record the process and figure I'd bring you guys along with me. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the bench and get it disassembled. All right, so we got this thing completely disassembled. What I'm going to do is I got a bunch of files and stuff here. I'm going to go get a dry erase marker since this is gloss, And I'm just going to draw out some lines. Like my solar telly has a bevel that goes all the way this way. I'm not going to do all that, I don't think. I'm just going to do something simple, regular arm cut, and then do a belly cut in the back. I was thinking about even doing something up here, but I have to see. I got to see what we're dealing with, because this is obviously going to go down the barrel wood, and I'm going to have to, seal the wood and everything. So I don't want to go too crazy, because I want to be able to blend everything in perfectly. But I'm just going to get a dry erase marker and see what I come up with here. All right, well, as you can see, I went with the bevel that I said I wasn't going to do. I think it came out really good. It's really uniform. I didn't go too deep. I didn't want to go crazy like like a strat. I just wanted a little, just get rid of that square edge. Pretty much resembles my my Solar 7-string, and I think it looks really, really good. I used a grinder with like a sanding wheel on it, and that worked really good to initially get it started. And then I just used a sanding block to keep all my sanding uniform. I didn't want to get any lumps or bumps. I sanded it, and then I sealed it with some CA glue. I don't have sanding sealer on hand, so what I'm going to do is sand that down nice and smooth. And then I'm going to sand the rest of the guitar. First thing I'm going to do before we prime the whole guitar, though, is I'm just going to prime this section, maybe a couple little coats, and I'll sand that and get it nice and uniform before I shoot the whole guitar. That way I know it looks good. I really won't know if there's any low spots or anything until we get some color on there, like a guide coat. So I'm going to do that, but for right now I'm going to sand this CA glue smooth, and then I'll have to sand the whole body, and we can move on to priming. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to jump in here quick. We're going to end this episode after I show you this new hardware here. We're going to split it up into 2 episodes just because if I didn't, it'd be a really long video, and I want to show every clip I took. I took a lot of them. So we're going to make it 2 episodes for this project. I really wanted to do 1, but it is what it is. But I figured I'd show you some of the new hardware I bought. Not only is it new upgraded hardware, but it's also gold hardware. And yeah, I've always said how I dislike maintaining gold hardware because no matter what, it usually always fades, and it's just hard to keep nice. But we're going to do the best we can. But I think it's going to go really, really well with the theme of this guitar. So as you remember, it had those vintage style tuners on there, and honestly, for a baritone, even though surprisingly it stayed in tune really well, for a baritone with some thick strings on it, I think that deserves to have a good quality tuner. So I got these Hipshot mini staggered locking tuners in gold, and these things are really cool. What's different about these is the post is 8.5 millimeters that like goes through the headstock. Most tuners are 10. And the holes that are in the headstock now are really small from the vintage style tuners, so I'll probably have to bore them out about 2 or 3 millimeters, but that's just less drilling I got to do to make the hole bigger. So I went with these. These look really, really cool. They're more of a smaller profile, and what's awesome is they come with these universal mounting brackets. So there's these tabs on these brackets that keeps everything lined up. The tuner can't rotate or anything, so basically the nut in front is the only thing keeping the tuner mounted. You do not have to drill holes for the back of the headstock. So I thought that was awesome. This bracket covers all the existing holes, I think, except one that I'm going to have to fill, which is no big deal. But I think these are going to be a really good upgrade for this guitar, and it makes restringing a lot easier and faster. And then for the bridge, honestly, I was pulling my hair out trying to decide what bridge to go with. I didn't want to go crazy. I love Hipshot stuff, but their bridges are a little bit on the pricey side, and I thought it'd be kind of overkill for this project. And I had to make sure that the string-through holes lined up. So I got the measurement, and I found this Wilkinson bridge in gold. This thing's really, really nice. It's pretty much just like the bridge that's on there, except it's gold and says Wilkinson on it. I took it apart just to see, how well everything lines up. I am going to have to drill new mounting holes for this bridge, but the string through holes line up, so that's great. But I think this thing's going to look really, really good. I'm excited about that. And then I got these gold and abalone knobs, so that will go with the theme really good. I cannot pronounce this company. It's Kaish or Kaishi or something like that, but these are like $16, so I mean, the quality of knob, I don't think you really have to worry about. They seem like they're pretty decent, and they do they have the set screw to lock them on, so that's good. I already had a gold back plate, and then I have some gold screws for like the pick guard. And then one thing I did is I painted the neck pickup. The neck pickup used to be white, and the bridge pickup was black. It kind of went with the theme of the guitar, what it used to look like. But I think this will look really good. We have the gold posts, and I think it's just going to look awesome. Honestly, I wasn't worried about upgrading the neck pickup to something else, because I really never used it anyway. If I could, I would eliminate it and just run a bridge pickup, but I'd have to make like a whole new pick guard, which maybe I'll do in the future. You never know. So all I have to figure out now is what to do with the pick guard. As you remember, I made that custom wooden one. Or I don't know if I had that in the last video or not, but I ended up making a custom wooden pick guard with some flaming on it from a veneer I had. And it looked good with the guitar the way it used to look, but I'm not sure if it's going to look good now. So I got to kind of sit and figure out what I want to do. But those are some parts we're going to throw at this thing. I think it's going to look great, honestly. I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. But I'm going to let the body cure a little bit longer. And once that's ready, we can start drilling the new holes for the new bridge and start assembling this guitar. So that will all be in the next and final episode. But as for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, be a good person, and we will see you in episode 2.